I'm Adam Biggers of FanRag Sports and Sports in the Mitten podcast. I'm here with two Mott Bears captains, sophomores, Evan Gates out of Roseville, Jack Muhleck out of Clarkston, where I graduated from. Roger spoken very highly of you guys. Coach Roger Christensen said, especially, and I'll start with you, Evan, gaining 7 miles an hour in a year. I mean, I was out here during the summer, saw you working very hard. One of the guys, clearly dedicated. I guess the responsibility of being a sophomore, it's kind of like a senior at a four-year school.
I can agree to that. I mean, a lot of guys look up to us, especially when they see me telling them, like, yeah, I came in like you guys last year. I was only throwing like 82, and now I'm throwing 90. It's like, all you gotta do is work. You work hard, you put in the time, you believe in yourself, and great things can happen, which I hope happens for myself and the team this year.
What do you have a specific pitch or anything that you feel like you've improved on? What'd you do maybe like with movement, that kind of thing?
I don't know if you interviewed Coach Browning, but he helped me a lot with my curveball. You can throw as hard as you want, but if you don't have off-speed pitches that go with it, I mean, you're nothing. But the fact that I can throw 5 pitches for strikes, I feel like really helps my game. Now that my fastball is actually a fastball, not a medium ball.
And Evan, the captain of the pitchers, Jack, position player captain. Jack, again, you're another player. Roger expects a big year out of Brownie, expects a big year. I mean, what's the sense of responsibility with you, like being a sophomore and knowing that this is, kind of a bridge to the next step?
Yeah, I just try to come out every day, lead by example, do what I can. So I set a good example for the guys below us, let them know what you got to do day in and day out to try to make it to that next level and to try to be a winning team. So that's just my goal every day, is to make others better by leading the way.
Where have you improved the most?
I think defensively over the past year. Been working a lot on my backhand, double plays, things like that, just making my hands quicker, fielding more with my footwork and everything like that. So.
In terms of just the direction that and I'll ask both of you guys this, in terms of the direction you guys are heading in, I mean, one game out of a playoff spot last year, I feel like you guys are right on the doorstep. I was talking to Roger about that. What's the sense among the team, the players? How close do you guys feel you are?
Well, personally, just from the team from last year, this year, these guys feel like they want to actually get after it. I could tell by even our first week of practice, I'm like, all right, these guys got a whole different type of demeanor to them, and they want to be good. Because like I've heard Coach Roger and Coach Tom say that they recruited more scrappier guys the last 2 years. And me coming from scrappier teams my whole life, I just know that we gel together, we play together, and we'll do whatever it takes to win. And I already see that happening. Like they say, Michigan baseball players are made in the winter, so we'll see how good that goes. Hopefully it pays off in the spring.
What is that, I guess, just having that kind of change in the attitude? I mean, obviously it's something that you could see. I mean, we're out here at practice, you guys are practicing well. Is it something that you can feel? Like, when you're around guys, when you're talking about it, is it something that you can kind of feel going on?
He comes from it, I know well.
There's just a whole better morale. Seems like everyone, instead of just getting pissed off with each other and stuff like that, they're picking each other up, make a mistake, who cares, move on, things like that. You can tell everyone wants to come out every day, and they want to do those little things every day that are going to make them better. So I looking forward to this year, definitely.
A year ago, you guys were freshmen to watch. Now, obviously, sophomores. Tell me a little bit about the freshmen. Who are some of these young guys coming up that you expect big things from?
The kid I really like the most is probably our center fielder, Riker. He comes in. And we had a good center fielder last year. He's going to fill his shoes. I've seen well things. He's on the field. He fields the ball well. He strokes it. And then, there's a lot of good freshmen out there, though. I can't just single out one of them, but he's my top watchdog for sure.
I guess my final question, going to the freshmen, going to the scrappy thing. Tell me a little bit, you mentioned a little bit different type of player being recruited. Was that something, a conscious change, or was it just something that just kind of happened? Was this something that Roger said he wanted to set out to do, or did it just kind of happen?
I personally don't have the answer to that because,
I think it just kind of
recruiting.
happened. Yeah, we don't talk to him much about recruiting or anything like that. So we showed up on day one, and these were the players that he recruited.
He comes from Clarkston. His football teams were like that, and he knows what it takes. Guys that get after it, they get it. You got to get after it because there's other people doing it too. So I just feel like nowadays we start practice at 5, but there's at least 10 plus kids out here at 4. last year we have kids strolling at 4:50 for a 5 o'clock practice. You know, that's just a big change I've seen already.
Well, excellent. I appreciate your guys' time. Again, Jack Muhleck out of Clarkston, Evan Gates out of Roseville. Evan is the pitching captain. Jack is the player positional captain. Good luck this fall, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate it.